Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and my Bitcoin price prediction is that Bitcoin is going to skyrocket to the moon once the world economy starts crashing down. Just yesterday I brought you information about how the world together has this disease that's been packaged up kind of like our food, with high saturated fat, high fructose sugars, and no nutrients. And by this, we have made many people obese, from babies, from elementary, junior high, high school, etc. And now the same exact thing is being happened with the printing money with the central bankers, and the central banking, fractional reserve, fiat money that's not real money like gold and silver, and we could just constantly print it. And this same system's been packaged around all over the world, from Australia to Canada to the US to Great Britain, Germany. I mean, real estate is in a bubble in so many different places. But not only real estate, there's so many other pockets of bubbles, like too much debt, from residential to commercial, okay, and so on and so on, and how all the governments are in so much debt themselves, so is residential, commercial, and governments. So when this new crash comes, it's not going to be like the great crash of back in the days where a few countries were affected, or mostly America was affected in a sense, or like the 2006 or the dot-com bubble. It's going to be many different countries, and then people are going to wake up because their wealth, the common man's wealth, is going to be taken away from them. Okay, just like in the time when we went off the gold to fiat money, and the price of ounce per gold had increased afterwards, after they took everyone's gold. The same thing basically happened in 2006. In the 2006 crash, a lot of smart, college-educated, masters, PhDs, doctors, and even homeowners, with a bachelor's, and people even didn't have college. They worked really hard. They put $10,000 down, $20,000, $50,000, whatever the story may be, and bought homes. And a lot of people didn't understand adjustable mortgages, things of that nature, and they thought that, hey, when the bank says your home is appraised for X, it really was this, and it can't come down, it's always going to go up. And when the market changed, they were upside down in their homes, from California to Texas and all across. But this time, the same thing is going to happen through many different countries, okay? And from Japan, like I said, to Austria, to Canada, to London, the same food processing style, but that style has been bricked up and distributed to all these parts of the world. And once this happens, and when people lose their wealth, because there's two types of cycles, right? You have the short cycle and the long cycle. And the short cycle is like, whenever you and I eat bad food, then we'll blow up and get obese, right? But we are not going to have a heart attack instantly, okay? The heart attack, or getting cancer, diabetes, is the long-term effect of misbehaving or doing something that we shouldn't. The short term may take a couple of months, couple of years for us to go from a size 34 to 36, right? But just because we went up a size or two sizes doesn't mean we're going to have a heart attack right now, or get that cancer, or get that diabetes. It'll take a long time, and that's what's coming now. A long time of humans with the central banking printing fiat money, and because there's not that much resource. There's only so many trees, guys. I mean, we're just going through these trees, right? There's only so many trees out there. I mean, we can just print money, but there's not that much resources. And that's why gold and silver are good ideas, or Bitcoin, because there's a limited amount of, and it doesn't create inflation and the mindset of just consumption. Well, let me just consume. Let me get the newest brand. Let me get this. Let me get that, and always be working or getting into debt. Okay, so when the world crash starts happening, there's going to be subtle unrest in people's countries, just like Venezuela. Go check out, guys, or go look at like Greece. What happened when they melted down and they freeze everyone's banking account? Or go look at Venezuela. Just get on Google and see how it is when civil unrest happens, not in one country, in many different countries. Then people may, say, you know what, I'm not going to trust the banker. I'm going to get into Bitcoins because no one controls it. Not Canada, not America. No one controls it. And people want to get into something that's not going to be, like ballooned up, like, or inflated, or have inflation, because inflation is a hidden tax that robs you of your youth, robs you of your time. And so when the world crash starts happening for many different bubbles, people are going to realize that, hey, they want to get into some kind of investment that's not inflatable, it's not controllable, it's not editable, and something that no one created, like one country or one ideology. It was just like kind of like out there, like the internet, like the internet's out there. It's decentralized in many sense, but not 100%. But here is an idea, Bitcoin, where it's decentralized. No one owns it. There's no office or CEO you can go knock on their door. There's no government agency that they can put laws out there, but they can't really control it because it's peer-to-peer. Just kind of like, have you guys ever downloaded anything off the internet that you shouldn't have? It was peer-to-peer. Like what was it called? Netscape, or not Netscape? But anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Peer-to-peer. So there's no centralized situation, and once the market comes down, people start losing all their life savings. Their home equity goes down. The banks start sucking up all their credit card limits. When they start sucking up their home equity loans, they start sucking up their lines of credit. People are going to get under severe stress. And this is not going to be something where we can probably print out more money. And if we do, then it's going to be down the line where that big heart attack is going to happen. Okay? But once this happens, people are going to rush out. Not only the civilians like me and you, but not even the commercials, but even the big guys. For example, who are the big guys? Like right now, if you look, all the banks are coming up with technologies and patents for blockchain technology, okay? From Bank of America to all the way down to the other guys. NASDAQ is getting into cryptos. So all these big whales are going to be getting in there, right? And all the people are going to run in there. And the governments are going to run in there. Because why would the governments run in there? Because I don't want to get into it, because I don't want to make it too politic-y. But what's going to happen is Bitcoin price is going to go up, okay? And I definitely believe that Bitcoin is the future. That's why Ford is investing in them. Car companies are investing in them. It's going to be used for the Internet of Things, where you control your home, electricity, all this stuff. Like everything's going to be run on your refrigerator, your TV, everything's going to be run on the Internet of Things, and transactions are going to happen. And companies like IOTA, coins, they're already doing that, right? I don't know if you guys know about it, but highly recommend it. And these things are going to go straight up, and Bitcoin is going to shoot tremendously. Now, when the crash happens, the price is going to go up significantly, but I don't know how much it's going to go. But as time goes further and further, it's just even going to go up higher and higher, because all governments are going to get into it. All big corporations, the banks, there's so many people on, for example, Wall Street are like leaving their jobs and getting to Bitcoin. And it's like there is no middleman, okay? Like there's no bank. You don't have to go to a bank to deposit your check, in a sense. If an economy collapses right now and the banks decide to bail in, right? Then they're going to seize your money like they did in Cyprus. If they don't seize in and they do a bailout, that means they're going to tax you like we did in 2006, and we're going to pay it. So by us controlling our own money, right, we don't have to bail out these companies. They're not doing the right thing. They're not paying the right people the right amount of money. They're making inferior products. They're just constantly consuming the resources of our planet, not allowing, enough clean water, topsoil, because of so much production, because we could just print money out. And this technology is going to change your life, and it's going to change the world, but it's going to take some time. But the price will definitely go up, in my opinion. Okay, I'm not a specialist, but I'm betting on it, that the price will go up when the crash happens. Okay, not only will gold and silver go up, but Bitcoin will go up significantly too, and it's going to be more expensive than most people can now afford, because they're going to just get so little of it. And as time goes further and further, every kind of technology, like your cars, like how you get gas, everything's going to be done through cryptocurrencies. If you have, let's say, a American Airlines mileage, and you don't want to use that, and you want to, go on somebody else has, let's say, a mileage of a hotel or something, and now you can exchange through cryptos. There's going to be so many different layers of cryptocurrencies, from the major currency, like where people do transact like Bitcoins, to other layers where people can exchange like mileage from hotels versus mileages from, airplane miles, or somebody has a gift card from here, you can exchange all through cryptocurrencies. Or you're playing video games and you get rewarded, or if you're driving and you're a good driver, then you get rewarded with money because you stop to allow these people to go over, versus being a hole and not allowing anyone to go in. So you'll start getting rewarded by doing your dreams, which is crazy, because the middleman is going to be cut off, from the bankers to Visa, MasterCards, or unless they get on board. And they already know it, and that's why there is a cryptocurrency. I don't want to say their name because I don't believe in them. They're working on creating that for like MoneyGram and these bankers to use that to transact, because the system we have right now is very, very old. If you want to send some money from here to India, it will take days. If you have a big check, let's say you do real estate and you get a $60,000 check, $100,000 check, whatever, you have to deposit and you have to wait a few days. They may give you a little part of your money, but with Bitcoins, you just, and the money's there almost instantly, and that's it. No one can come back and take it from you, edit it, read any of that stuff, dude. It's yours. Now there's responsibilities, because you have to be a grown-up and you have to manage your own stuff. You can't just be like, hey, call the company, say, what's my password, or I got hacked. No, you got to be responsible, and you have to do more work, but you also get freedom. That's what freedom is. Freedom is to have more responsibility. You know what I mean? With that freedom, if you want the freedom to leave your mom's house, right, then you have to be more responsible to earn money, to pay your rent, to pay your electricity. And the same thing is with us humans, because people all around the world somehow are understanding about Bitcoin. They're all coming together, and this is something that there's no marketing company, there's no company, there's no one. Just people are just telling their friends and family that, hey, this thing works, and it's growing. Okay, people in China, in Japan, in Iran, in UK, it's like, and with many different cultures, many different languages, they're all learning about this one gravity force, if that makes any sense. And so somehow it has to be powerful that all around the world, people with different cultures, viewpoints, everything like that, they're all gravitating around this idea of freedom versus enslavement, in a sense of central bankers constantly printing their money, inflating your money, watering down your money, your buying power. You have to work more. One great example is that gas, when I was growing up, was 89 cents. Today, the same exact gas is $3 or $4. But a gallon is a gallon. So I get this much. It used to be like $1, now it's $4. But I'm still getting that same exact dimension, and that's what inflation is. And many of us don't understand it, and it's a robbery of not only of your money, but more importantly of your time, which you can go ride bikes, hang out with your kids, go do fun stuff, learn new language, travel, whatever you want to do, guys. Um, if that makes any sense. So Bitcoin is going to go up when the market crashes more than most people will suspect. It's not going to be the final as time goes on and people understand, like, all these companies are getting aboard. Like IBM has created their own coin. Like, I mean, so many different companies, guys, are getting aboard, and they're creating their own blockchain and trying to do their own thing. But I think that the thing that's going to succeed is Bitcoin, because no one created it. There's no company. It's decentralized. It's uneditable. You know, and that's why I think it's going to succeed, guys. And I'm in it. I'm invested in it. I'm not telling you to invest in it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you Mr. No Fluff's opinion when Bitcoin is going to go up, because so many people think, oh man, it's going down, blah blah blah. I don't even look at it, man. I just try to do everyday life. Once it shoots up, that's when people are going to look at it. But I already made my move. When people are starting to make their move, it's too late. It's too late for that. Okay. And if you don't think the crash is coming, that's because you're smelling your own shit, right? You know, maybe the banks have loosened up the lending to you. Maybe they increase your credit card. Maybe they increase your home equity loan. Maybe they increase more money into your bank. Maybe you're able to, if you're a wholesaler, sell with bigger, profits, because there's more hungry investors are willing to pay more than what the house is worth, because they think there's no inventory. And so you're making a lot of money. The investors, getting in more debt than they can afford. But really, for the deal, not they can afford, for the deal, it doesn't justify. And this is just a feeding Henzik that's going to crash pretty hard. But not only in America, in many different countries. And this is just the real estate. I know real estate. I'm not a stock, or mutual fund, but I can look around and just understand real estate, understand businesses. Like, everyone has money right now. Everybody's buying boats, buying this, getting a bigger home, and that's because the central bankers has relaxed this fake currency, and now you're getting into more debt, and most people are getting into more debt and taking more risk and buying more properties that they probably shouldn't buy, not knowing that the crash is going to come. And because they're high off their own shit, they're already making money. They don't want to believe that the train's going to stop one day. You know what I'm saying? And people say, yes, a cycle, but they don't understand that this can be the biggest cycle, because it's the side effect of eating bad food over 6 years or 15 years or 20. And now we've gotten, not only we, all of the nations have gotten so much cholesterol in our arteries, from debt, from civilians to countries, all the way to bubbles in markets, in real estate, in many different markets. And one day we're going to have a heart attack, and when that happens, it's not doom and gloom. There's opportunities. For me, Bitcoin is one, gold and silver is the other, and real estate, man. I mean, real estate is going to be a great opportunity, and that's what I teach at the dojo, that when the market crashes, it's going to be a great opportunity to do short sales. It's going to be a great opportunity to do seller financing. You're able to just take over people's payments, take over people's payments, guys. I mean, it's going to be everywhere. People are going to be upside down in their homes. People are going to have lost their life savings, or all of it, or majority of it, in the mutual funds, in their 401s, whatever they invest in. And people that think they have gold in stocks, they're gonna lose a lot of money, guys. And I mean, you gotta own that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold no paper. And some people, I talked to a good friend of mine I haven't seen for a long time. He said he owns Bitcoin. I said, hey, do you have the private keys? He said, no, he doesn't have the private key. And I said, dude, right? That's kind of like buying gold paper. Right, you're buying like gold paper instead of the actual gold. And if you own Bitcoin, you gotta have the private keys, guys. You gotta control your own shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. You gotta control it, not get some custodian to control it for you. You have to grow up and be responsible for your own future, man. right? And you can do it, man, because you're so intelligent. You can do it. You're very intelligent, I can tell you that, man, and you can do it. So anyways, guys, my prediction is that Bitcoin is going to moon rock when the market crashes, and it's going to create a lot of wealth for some people, and it's going to devastate a lot of people. And I'm very, very sorry, but I've been warning, I've been ringing the bell since, like, what has it been already? 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Say, hey, man, I mean, I think that's about 2 or 3 years now. I've been ringing the bell that, hey, man, you guys watch out, the crash is coming. And hopefully it doesn't come in, but if it does, it's great for me, right? Because there's gonna be blood in the streets, and that's the time to get rich in America, dude, or any civilized country, Germany, Great Britain, Canada, Australia. There's gonna be great opportunities for people that are willing to run into the fire, right? It's gonna be scary, it's gonna be hot, everyone's going the other way, but if you're willing to run into the fire and use imagination and creativity, you're gonna make money, and I'm here to help you guys out. Hustle and bustle. See you.